So guys, in this video we are going to work on our Tower I script. So let's go in our script folder, create a new C# script, and I'm going to call it Tower I. And now I'm going to attach this script to our FirePoint. So now let's go inside. What we need here, I want to first get public transform closest enemy. We want the position of our closest enemy, then we want public game object array, and then here multiple enemies, multiple enemies. Then here at the public game object, we will going to check how many enemies we have. Then we need a public float stop So actually we don't need this one. Instead we need to get public our tower and tower. Now in the start function, we want to get access our tower script. So we say tower is equal get component in parent, because we have the tower script in our main object. So we need to use the in parent. Then we want to say on the tower script. Then we need to go to update. Here we say if closest enemy is not null. So if we have the enemy in our list, then we want to tower dot shoot. So we want to shoot. Now we need to go and make the eye for our projectile, for our fire point. So here public void look at enemy. For looking at enemy, we need first to get the vector to look direction. Is equal to our closest enemy dot transform dot position. We need to get the position of our closest enemy and reduce it from our tower position. Transform dot position. Now after that, we want to say transform dot up is equal to new. So we want to the gain axis to be new vector to look direction dot x, look direction dot y, and semicolon. So what we did now, here we get the difference between our enemy position and our tower position, and we store that info to our look direction. And after that, we want to say that our gain axis will be the new position of our look direction and the x position of our look direction and y position of our look direction. So now we need to make another function. This time we need to say public transform get closest enemy. So here we want to say multiple enemies is equal game object find game objects. We need to make it object with s with the tag of enemy. Okay, and then let's go to the next line. We want to get the float closest distance is equal to mathf dot infinity. So here with mathf dot infinity we get the positive position of a distance. And next here transform dot actually we don't need dot enemy pose is equal null. So now we need to look to all the enemy positions. So here we are going to write, I'm going to comment it, search so now here we are going to use for each game object enemies in multiple enemies. Now here we want to say float current distance then here current distance is equal to new vector 3 dot distance actually we don't need new, transform that position. And also our enemies transform the position. So now still we need to write something inside of our for each. What still we need to say? If current distance is less than our closest distance, then closest distance is our current distance. That means we give the value of our closest distance to our current distance. Then we also say enemy pose is equal to enemies dot transform. Now here I also want to return enemy pose so that we remove this error that we got it there. So now the last things is we need to go up. So here we need to look at our enemy. Then after that we're shooting with the tower. And also we want to update our closest enemy per frame. So our closest enemy is equal to this who is inside of this function. Now let's save it. Let's check it. Hope everything is work fine. So let's play it. We didn't get any error, so that's good. And our projectile is shooting toward our enemies, which later we are going to give health and give damage to our projectile. And here we got the tower script. And as you see here, we have one enemy in our list, which we want to get that position and shoot at him. And if we remove that enemy, we shouldn't shoot anymore. Still be shooting. Why we shooting still? Okay, let's see first if just one thing that you shouldn't forget, we need to go to our enemy, give a tag to our enemy. For giving tag, you need to go to add tag, and here click plus and give an enemy tag to it. So now I'm going to override it. And the reason that it shoots, I remembered now. So we need to go to our script. I forgot to delete that test shoot that we did for our tower, I think. Yeah, exactly. You need to remove this part. And it should now work. And now, as we see, when the enemy is going to get disabled, we don't shoot anymore. So now what we need to do, we need to go to copy what we need to rigid body, for example, copy component and paste it for our comet. As you see, we paste it here. With the same setting, same we need to paste it here as well. And for our Tesla, then also what else we need to add is we need to add projectile. So did they have a projectile? I'm going to give the speed of 2 to each of them. Now we need to go to the towers as well. Going to give the tower script to them. But before that, we need to also give the fire pointer. So I'm going to put this one there. Fire pointer. Going to add tower I. On the empty object, fire pointer, and add the tower I. Same for the last of our tower, fire pointer. What else we give the tower one? We did it with the tower script as well. So we need to do this, the tower script. So we need to give a bullet. Fire point. Shot per second is 1. Same for the next to the tower 2 and tower 4. And last thing, we need to override all of them. And I'm going to make the size of our balls a little bit smaller. It's already big. So now I can remove the towers. And the last thing is I'm going to our projectile. I'm going to change it to 1 second. And that is how our tower worked. When I put this one, and why we got off for the last one. Okay, we need to give the bullet, I think, to it. So let's go tower. That's why it doesn't have a bullet. So now let's test it again. And that's work fine, or without any problems. Now that everything's worked, we are going to the next video. So see you in the next video.